Yeah, so very quickly, I just wanted to show you, as soon as we discovered that it's actually 3 layers of shingles, I've been at this for a long time, and I know when we have a 15-yard dumpster, there is no time that a 15-yard dumpster, 6 feet high, should not complete 20 squares of roof removal. Should have more than enough. But unfortunately, with 3 levels, I just want to show you, because I personally have been building these ramps all day to make sure that this is packed from the back forward. Okay, and as you can see, we have probably about 80% of this dumpster now full. First off, this would normally have been done hours ago, just to give you the idea of the amount of extra intensive labor. And then, just one final piece, since the ridge was pulled off, just so there is no question whatsoever, I'm just going to pull this out. Okay, so you can see this is right at the top. Okay, and here you are. You have your first layer of shingles that obviously we were aware of. But then you have a second layer of shingles. We were obviously aware of that, which was included in the estimate as well. But if you see, under that second layer, down to this layer, which is the first layer, this is the original shingle that the builder of the home put on. This home was built in the 60s. That's why we had to replace 30 boards today. But as you can see, you have 1 layer, 2 layers, 3 layers. It's now 2:30, closer to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we have this amount of waste still in the back of the home. So I'm seriously hoping that all of this gets taken into consideration, because again, this just proves the point. Everything cannot be covered or accounted for in a 20-minute roof inspection with an adjuster who's not a roofer. I say these things over and over, and I receive looks like I'm describing to someone the invention of fire, this discovery of fire. In actuality, it's a very common thing. When you've been at this a long time, you realize that this is part of the job, and that's specifically why we tried to address these things during the adjuster meeting. But the most important thing is that the homeowner is being made whole. Okay, the homeowner is getting the roof remedied today and repaired the way that it should be. Has no more issues. All of his plywood is shored up. We didn't take the advice of the insurer and lay 15-pound roof felt and 3-tab shingles that haven't been used since the end of the French Revolution. We gave him the same thing that every single comparable home in his neighborhood has, which is an integrity package with a dimensional shingle, the proper underlayment, so on and so forth. Just show you something. You see this here? That's a 3-tab home, okay? That is the only 3-tab home that remains on this block. We're familiar with the term indemnity, and we understand what that means. But does it mean that the homeowner is going to put an inferior product? Look at this area. Look at the comparable homes. Dimensional shingle, 120 wind rating. Dimensional shingle, 120 wind rating. Dimensional shingle, 120 wind rating. Dimensional shingle, after today, 170 wind rating. And again, the reason that they're going to be rated at 170, and the reason that probably all these other roofs are 25-year roofs, and his is going to be a 50-year transferable extended warranty, is because we have used the full certainty package. You can see right here, Swift Starter shingles, the Shadow Ridge ridge caps, and the Landmark shingles. So therefore, this homeowner can rest assured now for the next 50 years, the manufacturer's product is not going to fail. I've guaranteed my work to the homeowner for the next 20 years. There's going to be no issue with craftsmanship because it's a signature roof. The issue was with The initial estimate and the gross disparities between what was accounted for and what was actually needed to get the project done. Again, with an indemnity, we realized they're not going to pay for the upgrades, but the major code violations for lumber, these things should have been addressed initially. They were pointed out to the inspector, and the inspector, instructed us that the only thing we could do was to handle those things through the supplementing process. In my opinion, they should have been handled before. They should have been part of the original report, and no estimate should have been drafted until they were accounted for.